Hey there, Scriptcat here with my screenwriting survival tips for today. 3 tips for today. First one, do not be afraid to say no, or should I say no thank you. You're going to encounter this on your journey where someone, a producer, wants you to work for free. So you'll have to formulate a risk-benefit analysis. Is it worth your free time, which is precious, to go ahead and work for free? Let's say another draft or a polish to get it to. But this happens a lot where writers are strung along with the bait of like, well, it might, end up getting produced, or I can get it to this person. At some point, hopefully early on, you have a conversation. Everything's negotiable. And you say, look, I really would appreciate, you optioning this and putting some skin in the game to show that it's real. And, in all reality, money makes it real because all the risk is upon you, right? Your free time, changing your material, taking it off the market for free. So an option will do that with money. It'll take it off the market, but you'll be compensated appropriately. So I'm not saying don't ever work free, but don't do it a lot because free work begets more free work, and it doesn't really bode well for the writer, And there's always the fear of like, well, if you say no, it's very empowering, truthfully, because if the one person is interested, you'll find another. Okay, my next tip is about your specs. Look at them as calling cards, not million-dollar sales. Your first few specs that you write, you have to be fearless, right? And take the criticism that's going to happen while you learn how to write a screenplay. You just don't show up, writing an Academy Award-winning script. So it takes time, patience, learning the craft, learning how to execute notes, listening to notes, right? And learning format and pacing and all these aspects that go into a screenplay. Now, your specs are going to open doors, hopefully, for you to get an agent or a manager. And if not, it opens a door with a producer like my spec did. The company that bought it then went on to hire me multiple times to write assignment work, which is the bread and butter of most working screenwriters in Hollywood, is assignment work. It's not selling specs your whole career. And the third tip that you'll learn is that talk is cheap in Hollywood. Now, that's not a tip, but that's a warning sign. And don't do this yourself. If you agree to read someone's screenplay, read it. Don't be one of those people like many in Hollywood do. They want credit for their good intentions. Oh, yeah, I'll read your script. And then you have to feel bad 3 months later calling them and saying, did you read it? And they go, oh, I've been so swamped. Just say no. It's okay to say no. It's more truthful. I don't want someone to say yes, and then I have to feel bad about following up and saying, did you, read the script? But in general, some people want credit for their good intentions. It's the follow-through that's the problem. So build your integrity by being a person of your word, and if you agree to read someone's screenplay in a timely manner, read it. And if you cannot, like so many times, I have too much work, I have my own scripts, I have scripts that I consult on, I will say, I can't read your script. I'm sorry, I'm too busy. And the person should say, okay, I understand, instead of like, yeah. That's just the nature of people being busy, especially when they're reading your script as a favor. And by the way, here's another tip. I squeeze in another tip. If someone agrees to read your screenplay, do not by any chance call them a week later and say, I have a new script. I hope you didn't read it, because that's an amateur move, okay? And it's rude. And you're not going to get more reads from that person. It's happened to me. Someone gives me a script, I get right on it, I start reading it, and then they call me and I say, hope you didn't read it. Yeah, I've read 40 pages of it. Now what am I supposed to do with that free time that I took? Don't do this. Only get your script out, your spec, when it's ready. When it's all polished and read by the people that you trust, and you're sort of written out, and you're ready to go. This is what you need to do. So, if you haven't yet, check out my book on Amazon, A Screenwriter's Journey to Success, Tips, Tricks, and Tactics to Survive as a Working Screenwriter in Hollywood. It's on Amazon, and it talks about the writer's life, the journey, how to live in the trenches while you're pursuing a screenwriting career. All sorts of tips that I talk about on these videos all the time, encapsulated into the book. And you can find me on Twitter, @Scriptcat. You've already found me on my YouTube channel, and I appreciate that. And you can go to my blog, My Blank Page. It's over on WordPress. And you can Find everything on my website, which is 5o'clockblue.net, one word. It's a one-stop shop. And as I always say, keep writing, keep the faith, because you know if you stop writing, you're guaranteed never to have any chance at success. So keep writing, keep the faith, and we'll talk soon. Take care.